oatmeal for breakfast. There's some almond milk, banana, and some brown sugar, and oatmeal, of course. Good afternoon. It is 10 to 3 in the afternoon on Saturday, May 13th, and I am just here on my desk. I had to find something to scan in my grocery bag of original art, and I had to dig for it. I have no system with this grocery bag full of original art and sketches, so I started and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish kind of organizing it. I'm not really organizing it, I'm just putting it in a way where it fits in the grocery bag better, because it's just a mess in there. And when I put it in my closet, my closet is just like jutting out, and I hate it so much. So I started, and I'll show you what's going on here. It's a big mess. It's also gonna be you might hear the fan throughout like the vlog clips, because it's gonna be hot for the next few days, which is great, but also we have no AC in this house, so it's gonna be really brutal. But yeah, maybe someday we're gonna get AC installed in here, so I'm a little bit worried as the summer gets along. I'm just gonna be dying of heat. But okay, let me show you what's happening. Here is the grocery bag. You've probably seen it before. A bunch of stuff just fell when I touched it. My suitcase is still there. I have my fan, which I turned off so you don't hear it too much as I film this first clip. But here is the stack. There's stacks that I have separated. This is the garbage stack. There was more, I just threw it in the recycling. So I'm piling another stack of sketches and just like roughs that I'm not gonna revisit. This was a sketch of a knight. I kind of like it. I like keeping my sketches even though they're a mess, because it still conveys ideas. So now that I'm thinking back to it, I'm like, I kind of want to keep it because I do like the idea. So I'm gonna keep it there. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep it somewhere else. Anyway, so I have a stash of sketches again. So I'm gonna put my sketches here, and I have a stack of originals there that I might include in my portfolio to sell. A big stack of originals, unfinished, just too big to fit into the portfolio. A big stack of my pages for my comics, like turtleneck pages are here, the ones that I didn't include. Pages from the island are here. Yeah, so like here, that I couldn't find, and finally found them. And then I just thought I'd show this. This was a sketch of a big painting that I wanted to do, but I just didn't like the idea at the time. I like the idea now. It's just someone being cooked like in a stir fry. So that was the idea, but I didn't go through with it because I was just like, it just doesn't, you know, it wasn't cohesive at the time. I do like it, but it was just like too simple for me, so I kept it, and I was gonna revisit it. It was a big one. It was gonna be that size because I have my big Canson paper to work with, so I just kept that. And then I have a stack here of just art that I'd like to scan and maybe put up on my Instagram when I'm away or something like that. Some old doodles that I really like that I kept, that I don't think I ever posted anywhere. I just did with pen. And then I found some doodles from when I did doodle live streams, and I kept these because I wanted to make them into stickers. So I think the next Patreon reward stickers are gonna be the doodle live stream stickers. Like, I really like this mad unicorn here, and there was a raccoon somewhere. No, a possum that I really liked. So I think it's, yeah, it's a mess. Okay, right here. This is the kawaii gator. Oh yeah, Crockpot. I wanted to make him into a sticker. Yeah, so but I put that there. This is the stack for revisiting after I finish doing this. I even have old sketches of stickers here that I've kept, because I just like keeping them, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna continue, and then I'm just gonna shove everything back in. This started because I was trying to find one original that I need to scan and send to somebody, and I was like, where is this? So I had to do this explosion of just old art. Okay, let's turn this back on. Look at this guy. Ah, he's so cute. It is the next day, 4 o'clock, Sunday, May the 14th. It's Mother's Day today, so happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. But I really took my time this weekend, and I didn't really do much. I organized my portfolios for originals, so those are ready to go. I didn't do any other Montreal prep like printing more zines or cutting stickers out. But I did package my TCAF digital marketplace stuff, and they're ready to go. I just need to find a box to fit them in, and then I have to drop them off at the drop-off point, which is the bookstore, the Big Isling. So, but yeah, I did not really kind of advertise the marketplace. I should have done it more, but I was just so pooped by the time TCAF was over, and I really couldn't like do any social media stuff until later. So let me show you the stack. For TCAF digital marketplace, I sold 5 copies of Sugar and Other Stories. So they do all the shipping and stuff for us, so all I have to do is package them up, put them in a box, put these barcodes on them, because they put together the orders. So some people will order like a bunch of different things from different artists, so they put it all together in one parcel, and I don't have to worry about that. All I have to worry about is this stuff. So 5 copies of Sugar and Other Stories. I sold 1 Plateful art book and 1 Drawings art book, and I sold 10 copies of the Ultimate Barty horror zine. So you can see they all are packaged up. They recommend we put it in plastic baggies or cello bags, so when they put all the stuff together, nothing gets too damaged. So that's what I sold, and this came to I made about $200 with this, and that is minus the 20% fee that they take for doing all the shipping and putting stuff together. Yeah, so again, that's pretty cool. And then I have to put together like an inventory list. So this is it. I'm just covering some personal information with the SKU and how much it actually is. So yeah, not so bad. I mean, I didn't even think about putting too much effort. I just signed up to do the digital marketplace, listed some stuff that I know I had stock for. Like I know I'd have some sugar books left over, so I allocated like 10 quantities, a bunch of this. So yeah, I had no thought behind it, not too much planning, but I did sell some, and yeah. So I have to find a box for this. Thankfully, it's not so much, and I can just carry it over. But I need to find a good box. I just threw out some boxes, so I found a box. Everything is wrapped up and labeled as per their instructions. But I'm gonna add some stickers because why not? It's already 5 o'clock, and I didn't really get much done today. I was working pretty slow. Woke up not that late, but I'm just not feeling that great. I don't know why. Like, I got enough sleep, I got enough rest, but I just don't feel good. I really wanted to do a little bit more prep, but this is the most I could do. The big thing was the portfolio stuff. So at least that's done, but I really wanted to dig into my suitcase and kind of clean it up, but just like I don't want to like kneel over or bend over or anything like that. Every time I drop something, it's like the most annoying thing, and I drop a lot of stuff. I am a very clumsy person, so like just working here, I've dropped my marker and my scissors multiple times, and it's always just like an ordeal to get up and pick it up. I'm tired. Okay, these stickers are fun though. I'm just like showering this box with stickers.
weeks ago, these have been sitting in my office for literally a couple weeks, and somehow I haven't busted into it already. But a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember from last fall, I did a Kickstarter for a plush of my character Periwinkle, who's a little mushroom boy, and the entire stock has finally arrived. And I'm so excited and also nervous because I've never ordered plushes before, ever. I've only dealt with the samples that I made of this.
Hello, it is 1 o'clock on Wednesday, May the 17th, and I'm just working on the painting, but I have to go to a doctor's appointment. I have 2 doctor's appointments today, so here's the progress so far. Not a lot of time to vlog today, but I'll try my best. I gotta go though. It's now almost 9 o'clock, and this is what I have done. So I think we're gonna go to the speed paint now because I basically have no time to vlog. I actually just got back from my 2 doctor's appointments today, so it was a full day of just doctor's appointments, and I just couldn't really vlog much in between those. I was just working on this, and this is what I want to get done for the vlog because I don't have anything else other than the clips that I took before this. But yeah, I got a vaccine. I can't even see it. I must prove to you that I got poked. Look at my full garbage can over there. Anyway, I got my vaccine. It's basically a tetanus shot and other things. But yeah, so we're gonna skip over to the speed paint for this, and I don't think I'll see you because maybe I will. Maybe I'll film some clips on Thursday, and then I work tomorrow. So I work tomorrow and I work Friday, so I won't have time to vlog. Anyway, keep saying that. But yeah, this is it. I don't know what to call it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited to get rid of the tape, which I'm going to do now. And I'll check back with you in the next clip. Hey guys, so welcome to the drawing portion. I was gonna say speed painting portion of this vlog, but I've decided to keep it real time because I think real time drawing videos or painting videos just show a little bit more about the process, and like I find it really fun to just watch artists' hands or my hands just kind of make decisions on video. I think it's pretty amusing to watch. So many times, like, my hand will hover, like especially with this pencil, my hand will hover over a spot and not actually draw anything. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I think most people prefer speed paints where it's faster, so you can actually see the final product faster than a real-time video. But I'm gonna be posting the final painting anyway on my social media, so you can see it there. But it's going to be a real-time video with a little bit of commentary. I'm going to try and talk for the amount of time that I'm working on this painting. I don't really know what to talk about. I don't have any questions that are lined up, but I'm just going to maybe chat because it's been a while since I've done a video like this where I'm just drawing and painting, and so you guys can put this on in the background while you are working on your own thing, cleaning the house, all that kind of stuff. And if you hear any laughing in the background, I really apologize. My boyfriend is playing D&D. I don't know why when I decide to do like videos with a lot of talking, my boyfriend is always playing D&D and you can hear him laugh, but you probably don't hear him. It's probably just me. So, the last 2 weeks have been pretty intense for me. I feel like TCAF was just like yesterday. I'm still a little bit exhausted from the whole ordeal, and just like right after TCAF, I went straight back into work, and I feel like my life is just work all the time. And it's funny how if you've been watching the vlogs, if you've just like stumbled upon this video and for some reason you watched the beginning of the vlog and then you're here now listening to me and you've never seen my videos before, and you have been following my vlogs, hello, thanks for being here and thanks for listening. But like now I forgot what I was gonna say, but I think I was gonna say it's kind of funny how my life has been so much work. So much work. I just work all the time. My boyfriend says I work all the time. I have an office job and I also do a lot of art on the side. And this has been me for like years and years, like almost a decade since I started my day job after university. I always feel like I never have a vacation. And if you have been watching my vlogs, you think I feel like I say that all the time. And it just never changes because I have accepted the fact that I am a very busy person. I love keeping busy. If I'm not busy, I just kind of go stir crazy. And it gets to the point, like in the year, like I'll have a vacation, I guess a quote unquote a vacation. Usually it's Christmas holidays or a week or two away, like going to a trip out of province or something like that. But it's never been like a vacation, like summer vacation. Remember when you're in high school and you're in elementary school and summer vacation rolls around and like you just go through the weeks and you kind of forget what day it is? I have not felt that experience. I have not experienced that in a long time where I'm just like, I don't even know what day it is. And I kind of miss that. I haven't had that in like almost probably 20 years at this point. But anyway, I guess I'm beating a dead horse, beating around the bush. I'm not very good with figures of speech, if you haven't noticed. If you've been watching me for a while, I'm very bad at those. But I guess I'm saying if I am, right now, I am 6 months into my pregnancy, and I am thinking about what I'm going to do for my maternity leave. I have maternity leave through my job, and so I have that. And I have just been thinking about what I'm going to do. And in Canada, I'm fortunate enough to take quite a bit of time. I'm going to be taking, I haven't decided yet, but I know I'm going to take the full leave, which is I think 15 weeks. And then I'm going to I can take an extended leave, which is an additional couple of weeks, which adds up to about a year. So a year of maternity leave. And that's not going to be like a vacation, obviously. It's going to be, if everything goes normal and everything goes smoothly, you know, I will give birth and I will have a baby to take care of. A baby is a very difficult thing to take care of. It's like another human being. So obviously maternity leave is not vacation. And I'm doing my best not to think about that, but I am sort of excited for a big change like this because it'll kind of kick me out of this mindset that I've had for a long time where I just constantly want to keep busy. And it might just stack something on top of that busyness that I like to achieve in my life, where I'm working and drawing and doing my art business. And now on top of that is like taking care of a child. And I don't know if that's just gonna like break me or if it's gonna be a good thing. I'm leaning towards it being a good thing. I'm trying not to get too excited of the change where I can actually just chill out, because when I sat down and my partner and I discussed it about what I was going to do, and he's like, do you really want to take a year of maternity leave? Like, you can definitely take it, but like, you're probably going to go crazy by, 4 months, where all you're doing is just taking care of a baby. And I don't know how our kid is going to be, if he's going to be like, difficult, if he can't sleep or all that kind of stuff, if he's colicky. You never really know what's going to happen. But it's something to think about, where I'm going to have a year of doing that, taking care of the child, but also a year of doing nothing. I obviously cannot work. I can do art, definitely. And if I do end up having a lot of time, newborns usually don't really do much unless they're difficult newborns where they cry all the time or something like that. Again, I don't know. I could have a lot of time on my hands and I can draw. I can draw whatever I want, but I cannot make money from that because that would push me out of maternity leave, and it'll all be complicated. So I've just been grappling with this idea of change, what I'm going to be doing, what it's going to be like, what I should expect from myself. And yeah, I still really want to continue my art. Obviously, it's something that is part of me. It's who I am. I don't think I will ever stop painting and drawing. There will be lulls definitely because, it's a big change in my life, both personally and financially. I'm going to be making less money, quite a bit of less, like really a big change, like no money. If I do go on the maternity leave for a full year, it'll just be like a certain amount of what I earn during my regular work year, right? So it's going to be quite a big cut. I'm not going to be doing anything else like taking vacations or spending a lot of money or anything like that. But at the same time, I haven't really experienced a pay cut like that in a long time because I have been working in my same job for 10 years. And so cutting that will be another change that is very scary to me. And the fact that I can't, earn money, obviously, because I'm on leave is also quite scary. So I don't know. Now I'm like thinking, should I take the full leave or should I just take a couple weeks and then go back into either my job or trying art, going back again into doing freelance art like I've wanted to. I don't know if this change in my life will push me towards doing art more as a career. I tried it before, but I was just too afraid of, not having a regular paycheck. But because, it's possible that my boyfriend will get a job where he will earn more money, and I don't know, maybe I'll be able to do art stuff, and it'll be enough for both of us. I'm not sure. There's that aspect to it too. I don't know if this is interesting at all to talk about, honestly. I hope you are interested in it. I was going to talk about this a little bit in a bit more detail in one of my personal vlogs for the future, but I thought I'd share a little bit of it, of what I'm thinking about. And maybe what I'll do is in that personal vlog, I'll kind of like go into more detail about what I do decide, because right now, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. It's just like me thinking about it. And my boss this week told me, we should schedule a time where we actually sit down and talk about what you want to do. And so I really have to think about it, because I also have to apply for these maternity benefits if I do decide to take, maternity leave, whatever amount of time I decide to do it. In the beginning, I was just like, I was so tired. I've been so tired of working. I'm at that point in my year again where I'm just so tired from working that I definitely need a vacation. And when I talked to my boyfriend about it, when we talked about it, he's like, you want to take a full year because you're tired right now. But if you think about it, being you, would you be able to just do nothing for a year? Like, I'm not going to be doing nothing. I'm going to be taking care of a baby and also drawing and doing art. I cannot make money from my art. So that's like a big thing for me, because I was running my Patreon. I might have to stop that. But like I will have a full year of just like creating stuff. I cannot make money off of that stuff. I can't go to conventions or anything like that. What I can do is if I have enough money saved, I can maybe create a book or an art book or something like that. And then once my maternity leave is over, that's when I can sell it. I've never been really business minded, so yeah, it's a lot of stuff to think about. It's a big change, and yeah. But no, I will not stop drawing stuff. And if I do get the time to draw more, I would definitely welcome it. But who knows what's going to happen in the next year once baby comes. I don't know if I'm going to just take my maternity leave, decide I want to go back to work and do the same kind of thing I've been doing for the last decade, or if I do want to go into doing art and doing that full time, doing that as my job. And I don't know if that's possible. That's really cool. But being off for a year and just like creating stuff but not really selling it, will that really bring me any kind of traction as an artist? like doing freelance stuff? I'm not sure too. It could and it couldn't. I have been trying for a long time to see if I'm able to do it full time. My partner says I can do it full time if I have been doing the same, if I've been doing what I've been doing for the last 2 years with my conventions, with my comics, and now with these like live drawing jobs that I've been getting. I could get more. I might be able to just work as a full time artist, but I've always been kind of scared of that because I don't think it's stable. It can be stable if I just, give my all and just say yes to a lot of gigs and stuff like that. But it never really worked out for me in the beginning because I'm pretty stubborn. And if it's a project that I don't really like, I just get really sad. And I told myself, like, I don't want to do things that I don't want to do, that it doesn't fit with my, art. So, and, running a store didn't really work out for me. What I could do is I could do like shop drops. I could open my shop for just like a month and then close it again or something like that. Yeah, so anyway, I feel like I'm going on a tangent here, but those are just some thoughts that I have been kind of grappling with, especially recently as, my due date comes around. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. If anybody has done this before, where you were in my situation, where you were working and doing art on the side, and then you, I don't know, had a child, like what did you do? Or if you were a full-time artist. I follow some full-time, I know about some full-time artists on YouTube who went on maternity leave and came back. Ellis Jade, I watch her vlogs, so I really really like watching her vlogs because I can kind of see what it's like. She had a little boy, so and then she's going back into her art career, and I think she's decided to pivot into children's illustration, but I don't see it a lot, and nobody really goes into the nitty-gritty, unless you guys have any suggestions of who I can watch who are in kind of the same boat. But maybe this will be interesting for you guys. I'm not sure. Yeah, so those are my thoughts, I think. Obviously I'll figure it out a little bit more as my boss and I finally sit down and figure out what we are going to do. There's also like, I don't want to go into detail too much about this part of it, but there's going to be a change with my work as well. I don't know if I will have a job after I finish whatever maternity leave I get. If I take a full year, I don't know if my job is still going to be there. And it doesn't worry me right now because I don't know yet. Everything is just so up in the air that like it's hard to make actual decisions. But it's also like I gotta make the decision soon. So it's kind of scary and difficult, but who knows? Who knows what will happen in the next year? I'm just hoping I can continue doing art, and I do hope I can continue vlogging for you guys because I find it so fun. I just love vlogging and editing videos and sharing stuff about, my art. So we'll see if I can continue that in the next year. I do hope I can. But yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the painting right now. So I had been in a little bit of an art rut, just like struggling creatively, a bit of burnout after the convention at TCAF, but I had burnout, but I really was inspired to paint. Usually after conventions, especially TCAF, I get really, really inspired to create because, I get exposed to other artists who are so talented and then you walk around the artist alley or just TCAF itself and you're just like, wow, everybody is so talented. They create such awesome work in comics, and I just wanted to paint and make comics so bad. I did start a bunch of paintings and a bunch of comics, but I never was able to sit down and finish any of them. partly because I'm still exhausted from the convention, but also I'm busy with trying to make time to prep for my next convention in Montreal, and also grappling with what I just talked about earlier in this video about, you know, trying to figure out what to do when I give birth, because who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, so I decided on this day, I finished this painting in one day. I really felt like painting. I woke up early that day. I slept pretty early. I woke up early, so I did this on Wednesday, on my day off. I had work 4 days this week instead of my regular 3 days, because I am gonna be kind of doing Montreal and away for a while. So my boss asked me if I could come in 4 days instead of three, and I said yes. So Wednesday I did this, but I had a full day of doctor's appointment, so all I did was paint. And I'm really happy. I'm happy with how this turned out. I think the values and contrast could be a lot better. I was hoping to keep her outfit white, but I just got carried away with the background wash that it kind of bled into the outfit, so her outfit is not white. But I think if I had kept the outfit white, she would have popped out a little bit more. Her pose is supposed to be like she's looking up at a camera, like what's that term, that art term, like I forgot about it, where something is more forward and on, like towards the camera, and her body is a little bit away. I forget what it's called, but she's supposed to be like looking up at a camera or looking up at the audience. And so it didn't really turn out that way. I think you can kind of see it. The anatomy again is not, it's not perfect, but I tried my best. So that was supposed to be what it was. So she's basically just doing like a ritual or something like that. And the green around her hair is supposed to be, you know, magical auras and stuff like that. On top of her head, there's a little flame, like a candle flame or just a flame. I thought I wanted to add that. And I also, I don't know if it's noticeable, but her hair is like red, but it's turning black. So the edges of her hair, if you'll see it more towards the end of the painting or in the final, her hair is turning black at the edges because of, you know, there's some sort of transformation happening with her. But that was the intent of this painting. I think this might be the next postcard or print for Patreon. Yeah, I think this painting could be better, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with my watercolor. I've been really wanting to incorporate backgrounds and just a fuller page of an illustration compared to my character illustrations that I've been doing with my color pencil and watercolor. I still go back to that from time to time, but I've just been really liking working just straight watercolor. It's just more freeing and it's faster. I just really like it. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but one of the inspirations for this style of painting is Miyazaki's comics. Hayao Miyazaki, and I don't know, I think he's done comics, but his storyboards are also like pencil and just watercolor, and he creates such detail, but it's also so loose and so free. If I can pull up some examples right now, I'll pull it up. Yeah, I pulled up some examples of I just typed it on Google, Hayao Miyazaki comics. Some of his comics he uses like a pen with like a, what do you call that? What do you call those pens? He calls like a dip pen. He uses a dip pen. But some of them, like his storyboards are just like concept art. He just uses pencil and then watercolor. And I really, really want to emulate that freedom and that just like quickness, but also so much detail and so much emotion. So that's one of my inspirations for delving into just like going straight from like a sort of sketch, but a clean sketch, into watercolor straight away. I did sketch out 2 pencils for this illustration just to get the details a little bit more clear, so when I transferred it to clean pencils it wouldn't be too messy and I can kind of figure out what's going on, because if it's a little bit too messy, then, you know, I can't make heads or tails of what detail I want painted, but I do minimize the amount of finishing or cleaning up with the pencils. And if I can, I just go straight final pencils and then watercolor, because I think it really keeps that vibe that I'm going for, and it keeps the feel that I'm going for. If I clean it up too much, like I usually do with my character illustrations with color pencil and watercolor, sometimes I lose the feeling of the illustration. So this is a totally different technique than that, and I have been enjoying it for quite a while. So yeah, that's another inspiration is the artist Carrascoet. They did Beautiful Darkness and also Satani. I have mentioned them so many times, but I just love the way they do their watercolors. They do ink pen. I'm pretty sure it's like a dip pen, and then watercolor as well. But it's so free and just so organic. That's what I really like. I just like the organic look of it, and I think my style right now, it's especially with this, it's there, but I need to make it better. My mushroom drawing, my mushroom painting is an example of me trying to do that. So anyway, that is my intent with these newer illustrations, is incorporate a little bit more background, make a fuller watercolor piece that covers the entire page, and just try and really push that like look where it's organic and flowy and watery. So yeah, I think this was a successful painting, and I'm pretty happy that I was able to sit down and do it. And I do hope that I can have more time to do paintings like these, especially bigger ones. I did buy a big like mixed media watercolor pad that I really want to get into, but with my life I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to sit down and do it because I have so many different projects that I want to do. But yeah, that's it. That's the idea for this painting. I wanted to do something creepy, but also with a story a bit, and I think I achieved that. So I'm working on the hair here. You can see me. I'm just like doing what I basically do is I like layer. This is the technique here. It's just layering a lot of watercolor on top of watercolor that has already dried, and just pushing those values out is basically what I'm doing. And yeah, I really like how this turned out. I hope you guys like it too. I might try and see how it looks like as a print. I miss my printer. Because when I make an illustration that I'd like to print it out on my old Epson printer and see what it looks like, and it makes it look so good. And I don't have that printer anymore, so I'm just like wistful about it. But yeah, what else? So that's basically it about the painting. I don't know if there's anything else that I can talk about. I guess I could say that this technique, I have been also doing it in my comics, and that's another thing I would love to be able to work on, is get back into my Glass Unicorn comic. The Glass Unicorn is going to be like Too Much on Your Own Plate, similar to this full watercolor style. So that's going to take a lot of time. I do intend to finish it because I already have everything. I'm like 70 pages into this comic. I just need to finish it and paint it, and maybe if everything works out and I have more time to just sit down and work on it, I can get it done by next year, maybe the end of next year. And it's something I'd like to print. Another thing I've been thinking about recently is another project, is another art book. I haven't made an art book since 2019, I think. And if I do make an art book, I'd like to make an art book full of these watercolor illustrations that I've done. I have a handful, but if I create more, I'd like to put them in one book. And it would be so different from my Plateful art book and my drawings art book, because, the style is just more watercolor. That would be an interesting project to do. I've been missing doing bound books They're just so expensive to print. I've been printing a lot at home, so just because of the costs, but who knows if I'll be able to even do that because I'll have such quite the pay cut. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next year, but I know that I'm still inspired to create a lot more things, and I do hope I am able to get more art jobs. Even if, my life is gonna change, I just wanna continue growing as an artist, and I do dream about going freelance if possible and doing it full time, but just from the traction that I get with any kind of freelance gig, I don't really have that. It wasn't really, I mean, my people say, like, if you do want jobs like that, build your portfolio up, make sure you have, links to everything, you apply for stuff. And I do that. I did that. I did it. I do that, and I've done that, and I still do that. I reply to calls on Twitter. I update my portfolio, my website as much as I can. I create a lot of things, but I never seem to get that much work come my way. I guess it's been different the last 2 years. I was able to do the Shades of Fear comic. I was published by Silver Sprocket for an anthology of my old work, but I haven't gotten any comics where, like comic work where I can do what I want, and that is my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is just to create comics that I want and like have them published. I don't want to print them out myself because they're so expensive, and like I want to be able to make a living out of that, and that is the dream for me. I'd also like to try my hand in a children's illustration, not necessarily like kids illustration, but like I guess for the older kids I could do my watercolor style or my color pencil style. I cannot write children's books, but if somebody is willing to like pay me and they think my style would fit, that would be such a dream project. But yeah, I just put my stuff out there. I try my best, and some of you guys might think that I do get a lot of work, but I don't. That's why I'm working another job, because I don't actually have artwork. I make artwork for me, where like I try to have a Patreon and stuff like that, and I really try to apply to anthologies. So anyway, let's stop with that. What else can I talk about here? Yeah, so anyway, let me just quickly talk about what's going to be happening in this channel, because I will be going to Montreal and then Chicago. I'm not going to have a lot of time to really vlog stuff about art, or at least edit the vlog footage that I get. I am going to be vlogging and taking clips when I go to Montreal and Chicago, but I don't know when I'll be able to edit them. So what's going to happen is I'm going to try to have a video out for next week, and it's probably not going to be a regular vlog. It's going to be a speed painting video. I did save some clips of me painting my mushroom painting, so I'm going to be doing that. And if you guys want to leave some questions for that, like, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Leave me some questions for that video so I can edit it and answer it, and you'll have something like a real-time drawing video with commentary for next week, because I won't be able to edit the vlog. So that's the plan. And I probably will miss one vlog at some point in the next couple weeks, because again, I will be busy coming back from all my conventions. Chicago is my last quote-unquote convention. I don't have anything else after that, because by the time I come back from Chicago, it'll be like June, and then June and July are my last 2 months where I will kind of be doing some finishing touches with my work, figuring out leave and all that kind of stuff. And July is my last month before I'm due. So I don't know, July probably I'm going to try and take it easy as much as I can with my personality. I would like to not work by that point, but we shall see. But in terms of conventions, I'm not going to be doing them. I'm just going to try and enjoy the last, 2 months of my life with my partner and my friends before baby comes, and I will be busy with that for at least 6 months. We shall see. We shall see what's going on. I will try my best to like vlog and stuff like that, and keep you in the loop. But that's gonna be what's gonna happen. So it's coming up. It's coming up really quick, and I'm scared, but I'm also very excited about it because I do love a challenge, and I hope it doesn't challenge me too much where I break. But yeah, I don't know what else to discuss in this video. I'm also sorry if I sound really weird. I'm pretty congested right now, and I'm sniffling a lot, so hopefully I'm not doing that too much in this video, but I apologize in advance if you hear that a lot. I guess I could also talk about what I'm looking forward to in terms of movies, maybe, for the next, like right now. I haven't been able to sit down and watch anything just because my attention span has been kind of off, maybe because of all the things that are going on. But I'm waiting to watch Beau is Afraid, which is the new A24 movie by, is it Ari Aster? Yeah, or Eggers. It's Ari Aster. So I'm waiting to watch Beau is Afraid. My boyfriend and I are waiting for the latest Succession season to be over so we can binge the whole season instead of like watching it week by week. So I'm really excited about Succession. I started watching this show called Yellowstone just because my boss suggested it and I was bored one night. I watched maybe the first 6 episodes of the first season, and it's quite dramatic. It's pretty good. It's like a drama about like rich ranchers in the States or something like that. And yeah, so it's quite dramatic, but it's a little bit comical at times because like by that episode, like every single scene, I feel like every single scene in that show, something happens and it's kind of ridiculous, especially with one character. He's like just doing his own thing, like driving down a road, and then he sees something happen and then he gets involved in that, and then the next day something else happens to him, and then the next day it's just like, it's kind of funny. So it's an interesting watch. It's not really my thing, but it was something that was interesting for a bit. I still need to watch the new John Wick movie. I haven't watched that yet. My boyfriend and I watched Dungeons and Dragons recently, which we quite enjoyed. So it was really fun. I quite enjoyed it. And what else am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the new Dune movie to come out, the second one, because I watched the first one, and I really love the director who directed it. I think his name is Denis Villeneuve, but he directed Arrival, which is one of my favorite movies. So I watched the first Dune and I really liked it, and I'm waiting for the second one. I don't think I'll be able to watch the 80s one because I actually don't really like a lot of 80s movies. I find them they're supposed to be campy, but I just can't with the aesthetic. Actually, it's not my thing. I think it's too, not, what's the word, not happy, not cringy. It's just not my thing. Like especially 80s horror movies. I just can't really do it. Like I watched is Texas Chainsaw Massacre an 80s one? Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my aesthetic, I guess, or my vibe. But anyway, new Dune movie. Really excited for that. What else? That's all that's in my radar right now that I'm waiting to watch. I'm still waiting for more Asian horror movies to come out, like Indonesian ones or Thai ones that I haven't heard of any recently. So if you guys have any suggestions of like new Asian horror movies that have come out, please let me know, because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for another The Medium to freak me the fuck out, because The Medium freaked me out. There was this one movie called, was it Incantation? I don't remember what. It was an Asian horror movie, and it was came out on Netflix, and it was like a meme for a while because it was so scary. But I watched it along with my brother, and it was like not the scariest thing at all. It was just kind of funny. It was not good. If you liked it and it scared you, that's cool. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. But for me, it was, I guess I enjoyed it for the fact that my brother and I watched it together and we just kind of laughed. But yeah, I watched, yeah, I just haven't been watching too much. I've just been kind of like watching memes. My boyfriend and I are really into this streamer called, his name is Northern Lion. So we've been watching a lot of his like streams and his videos and stuff. We find him pretty funny. But anyway, I don't know if that's interesting to you, but that's what I've been doing with my downtime when I'm not doing stuff or drawing. I'm very much looking forward to going to Montreal because not only is it going to be the convention, it's also going to be a time where my friends and I can hang out. So my boyfriend is coming, and also my friend who I love to travel with. We have been friends forever. So all three of us, and it's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to eating a lot of stuff, or just like at least just eating some good stuff, and also just being out of work and not working and not worrying about working. Although I love my day job, it does get to me sometimes where I feel like I just do too much, and so I really need a break from it. I'm burnt out from it. But yeah, so looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to Chicago. I don't know what to expect. Traveling to the States is actually a little bit too scary for me. One, because I don't like flying. I don't like flying, period. I think the worst part for me is the launch, or like the getting off of the asphalt. I hate it so much. But once I'm up, it's fine. Landing is fine, but just like going up into the air kind of freaks me out. I don't know what it is, but never been to Chicago. I did look up some places to eat, and that some people suggested we should try deep dish pizza from Giordano's, or another place that I don't remember. But Giordano's is a chain, and the other place I don't know if it is, but we're probably gonna try deep dish pizza from Chicago, because why not? We're in Chicago, so. And so I just looked up a couple of places to eat, a couple places to go. We won't be in Chicago for very long, and finding an Airbnb was a mess for Chicago. There wasn't a lot of options, so we're gonna have to do a lot of commuting, which is fine. I think I can keep up. I haven't been exercising, so it's gonna be a lot of walking, which I hope I can keep up with, and it's fine because, again, I haven't been exercising, so any kind of activity is good for me. And yeah, I guess we're towards the end of the video here. So this is me painting her hair that's turning black at the edges. So that was the intent. But yeah, you can really see like the anatomy isn't what I intended it to be. She kind of is looking like more to the side and is crunched down instead of looking up from what she's doing. So, and I decided to keep the book pages empty because I didn't want to add too much detail in them. So the pages are empty, which I think is fine. Like the rest of the illustration kind of conveys what's going on. I don't need any runes or anything on the pages, so I just left it there. And I'm using my white pencil crayon just to enhance more of the white. I thought about doing it with her dress, but I thought I might mess it up because of the waxiness of the color pencil. It might just mess it up totally. So I just left it. And yeah, other than that, I think it's a pretty successful illustration. I'm gonna sign off here because, again, we're towards the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my rambling in this one. I know I talked about some really kind of, I don't know if you find it boring things, or maybe you found it interesting, but a lot of just like, I don't know what's going on, and it's not really, the best. I feel like I'm kind of just tumbling along just trying to figure out what to do, and I'm just spewing words. So yeah, for the next video, please leave me some questions you'd like me to answer. They can be about art, they can be about my life, they can be about, you know, my favorite food or anything, something like that. Please ask away, because I'd love to answer them in that mushroom video that I'm going to be doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna film another vlog video vlog clip like I mentioned earlier in this vlog slash drawing video, but thank you for being here. If you are still here, for listening to the end, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I really do. And just thank you so much for enjoying what I do, if you do enjoy what I do. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I will leave you to the music, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.